Greetings, programs! How was everyone this evening? Been keeping myself busy today. That's why the late start. But we are here, finally! And we can take a look. So there's a couple games that I wanted to show off that I didn't necessarily get like a key for or anything. I just saw it and thought, yeah, I kind of want to show that off. A couple smaller games, like this one. This game is... I had an eye on it for a while. I was kind of waiting for it to go on sale or something, and it eventually did, so I eventually got it. And then I spent a pretty considerable amount of time in it. Well, only so much time, but still. I effectively beat the game once. But I had a lot of fun with it, and it's a very interesting game. This game is the future of esports. Okay, so I've already played through as the medic, beaten the game. I do not yet have Quetzalcoatl unlocked. I want to play as Quetzalcoatl, unfortunately. So, Quetzalcoatl, Hacker, I don't want to dive into Hacker yet either. And Medic. Other than those three, is there any preference for character? I think I remember looking a little bit at the Troll. Maybe the Robot. Maybe the Whale. But what character do we want to play as? Oh, I like hurt my back, kinda. Different place than I hurt my back before. It's just kind of a muscle. I've got like a massager and I keep forgetting to use it. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the robot. I was going to take a look at the troll, but I feel like for showing you guys what's going on, it may be more important to show off somebody not quite as gimmicky. We're Robot! Robot. So this is a really fancy multiplayer competitive online multiplayer game. You queue up with a team, you compete with your team against another team, and of course one team wins. But what is the game about, really? Well, imagine, if you would, that in a perfect world, every match that you play is against an equally skilled opponent. If matchmaking is good, that's how it should be. You should never be queuing up against people who are significantly higher or lower skill than you. It should always be someone of equal skill to you. Now, if your skill level is equal to your opponent, then really, it boils down, like really, who wins boils down to a coin flip. Like it's 50-50.
done.
All right, cool, we won. The actual combat in this game is literally a coin flip. Literally a coin flip. It's also not really online. I think it's it may pull some names for players from other people who have played the games and put their names on the leaderboard. But when you're actually like queuing up and playing, they're not actual people queuing up and playing. It is a single player, I guess you could say, story-based game. But then, if the entire game is a coin flip as to who wins or loses, then what are we playing? What's the game here? This is the game. It's building a skill tree, seeing how well the skill tree works, and tweaking and adjusting it as you go. So another skill down here that we can put in. It says click to upgrade. I have no upgrade points. Yeah, which is why it's not letting me. And of course, as we're playing, it only does so much. Or so much at the start. So every hero has a different skill. Your skill is whatever this 0 is. Oh, Busy Beaver? Yeah, there we are. Goes up 1 every time you trigger a node, resets at the beginning of each flip. Signature mechanic modifies the effect of many of your key skills. Okay, so we effectively want to trigger as many nodes as possible on our skill tree, because that's going to be something like this that does 1 plus your BB modifier over 100 times Qmult. What's Qmult? We'll get to that. But this has to be triggered. So we need something to trigger this. It won't trigger on its own. So this one is on flip. So every time you flip the coin, add 50Q times BB, and then trigger the go-to node with the highest number. I don't know what the go-to node is, if we even have one yet. And then this one is also trigger on flip. 75 times BB. So again, that's just an easy one that you do on flip. I'm just going to set it there for now. So we don't really have a way to, like, connect between these yet. Like, this one may trigger... No, because this is halt. So we don't have go-to yet. But, like, this one, where it says trigger the go-to node with the highest number, that could potentially trigger something like this node. Right now, it doesn't look like this node's going to be triggering at all. So as long as we're here, what else we got? We got news up here. Broadcast talent announced for queue up. 10 ways to use the controversial New flex nodes. I'm back when Team Herc opens up about his recovery after explosive thumb incident. Click on one of these to read more about it. It actually takes you to a website. Queue up observer. Breaking town council to vote on new traffic light at intersection of Q and Up. Local gamer clicks on fake news link, experiences humorous content. Picture of metaphorical wall breaking. Like, they commit to the bit, and that's, honest to goodness, the biggest thing that I can say about this. They didn't half-heart this. They commit 110% to the bit. They treat this absolutely seriously. Every single thing in here is played absolutely straight. So about, you win some, you lose some. We get it. All of us here at Strategy Interactive are gamers, just like you. We know you can't win them all, but, just like you, we're sick and tired of the status quo of contemporary esports. Long wait times, grueling games against mismatched opponents, and a ranking system that doesn't accurately reflect the time and energy you've invested in the game. I'm angry. It's not rocket science, it's simple math. The outcome of a deep competitive game against a perfectly matched opponent is exactly 50-50. A good match is one where you have a fighting chance until the very end, and ultimately, your rank should reflect more than just your results. It should reflect your passion, commitment, and dedication. Where am I? Tell me more. Introducing Q. That's the vision behind Q-Up's revolutionary matchmaking and ranking system. But to make it work, we need to guarantee that the outcome of every game is 100% unpredictable. We need more than the pseudo-random functions that the other guys settle for. We need pure randomness at scale. That's why we partnered up with the quantum computing geniuses at Max Entropy. It may not be rocket science, but it is particle physics. Complicated? You bet. Expensive? More than you can imagine. But is it worth it? Well, you tell us. Huh? Welcome to the future of esports. And you can look at the other heroes and what their individual signature moves are, so like kind of how they're going to be playing. So when I played through as Layla, the medic. So this is battle bonus. When you lose, it goes up. When you win, it resets. And that's really all that number is. What else we have? We got Luke the Gambler. Luke used to be rich, but his tragic luck at the casino has sent him into a financial tailspin, the likes of which... Wait, no, he's rich again. He's a rich gambler. So his tilt meter, which goes up on wins and down on losses... Layla the medic. Layla is addicted to the thrill of helping other people. Also drugs. Mint the Pro. There's only one thing that Mint loves more than a perfectly balanced match against a genius opponent who's able to push him to the very edge of his cognitive capacity, and that's beating up players much, much worse than him and then uploading it to YouTube. So meta read gains meta when you see the selected hero on the enemy team, resets when you don't. So maybe you have to like kind of guess who it is. But then it's random, so like it doesn't even matter. Pesca the Troll. Yeah, that tracks. The Attitude Adjuster. So if throwing, so whether you are throwing or playing nice is a setting that you can do in their, like, skill tree area, I think. So if you set it to throwing, then you increase your risk of ban, which is your actual stat, is your, at the beginning of each max. If you're playing nice, you reduce your risk of ban at the beginning of each match, and gain protection from banning. When banned, lose all Q for that flip, reset risk of ban to 1, and remain banned for the duration of the match. So it's effectively you want to set it to ban, or you want to set it to throwing until your risk of ban gets too high, and then set it to playing nice to kind of let it go back down. Hypercube, the streamer. Hypercube moved to LA with 0 followers and a dream. The dream of being lost in a large mall. Only it's not just a mall, it's also a church. And you're looking for the perfect present for your aunt, and then you look down and you're not wearing pants. Sounds like a... I feel like that's a dream that he could potentially have had. Whenever you trigger more nodes in one flip than you have followers, gain a follower. So you kind of just keep incrementing this number until it, like, equals the number of nodes that you can flip. Captain Boomer, the whale! This gentle giant loves 2 things: making money, achieving the highest level of success in online games, and krill. 3 things. So every time you earn 10 loyalty, earn a free item coupon and reset your loyalty to 0 max 10 coupons. How do you gain loyalty, though? That may just be something in his skills that says, like, hey, if this gets triggered, add 1 to loyalty. And then there may be other nodes that, like, consume one of the free item coupons in order to trigger, or something. And then we are Robert the Robot. We told Robert that there was a game where you did nothing but flip a coin. And the twist is... Oh, okay, he's just flipping the coin. And then Quetzalcoatl is the one that I want to play, but I have to get to Novice on 3 heroes, which means I effectively have to beat the game with 3 heroes. I've beat it with 1. We also have Mail up here in the corner. It's kind of hard to see. The little 1 is hidden behind my stats, and... There we go. Okay, so this is how much money I have. I have 540 of 1,000 G, so 1,000 is my max capacity. And then I have 0 diamonds. Like any good game like this, there's also an IRL money currency with maybe the potential to get that currency in-game. I am currently ranked Bronze 1. And we have email, so let's go check our email. What do we get? Welcome to the future of esports. Hi, SI Bob here. Is that SI or SL? Oh, Strategy Interactive, yeah. SI Bob here. On behalf of all of us at Strategy Interactive, welcome to Queue Up. I'm proud of all the work our team has put into this game, and I'm especially excited about our new partnership with the quantum computing firm Max Entropy, made possible by a generous grant from the California Technology Entrepreneurship Initiative. The geniuses at Max Entropy are responsible for the pure randomness that powers the Q coin and makes our patented Q matchmaking system possible. So a big tip of the hat to those guys and gals. If you want to learn more about how Q works, sign up below. Good luck, have fun, and see you on the ladder. So we got Bob's signature, where it just draws a little face in the O. Strategy. Yes, send me more information about Q. So Alice at Max Entropy Oh, the founder of Max Entropy. I noticed you win a lot, LOL. You are either very good or very lucky. There are no accidents. Here's a little present. Let me know next time before you go on a winning streak. And you get 10 crystals from that. So this is interesting, because this is the founder of Max Entropy. But she says you're either very good or very lucky, and this is 100% a random game. There is no skill involved. You cannot be good. But, like, people still take this all so seriously. And because that very first match, we actually won 3 flips in a row. So why we got singled out for that one is beyond me. As small as a pond, deep as an ocean be apt. Yeah, that sounds about right. Timing! Some guy with a hotmail, huh? Oh, so now there's a shop. Oh, because we were given 10 diamonds from Alice. So, game feature, enhance your game, access between us. We can spend diamonds over here. Enable the queue-up game store, where you can spend crystals, unlock special features, including that. Oh, sure. Okay, okay, technically you need to pay extra to access the item shop. Sorry if I can... Okay, sure. Item recycling system. Help us keep the queue-up servers functional with this player-centric memory reallocation program. Trade in those crappy old items for shiny crystal. Sure. And we don't have nearly enough diamonds for anything else. There's a gear tab now, so, like, we can equip stuff over here. We don't have anything, though, so let's head back to the shop. So what do we got here? What do we got here? I'm actually gonna get this Q booster, probably. 50 for every mech item we have equipped. $75 times 1d6. Yeah, I'm gonna buy that one. And then we can go over to gear, and we can grab it, and we can equip it. And now when it determines how much Q we get, it adds 350 to it. And that seems like about all we can do right here, so let's go ahead and queue up again for another match. Okay, we're Q side. Give me that Q.
Q side.
Yes! And you can see our nodes right here on the right. And you can see as they trigger.
Q side.
Yes! Like you can see, so this triggers and we get our Q, and then this triggers, and then this triggers. Oh man, ranking the heck up.
Q side.
Yes! And we leveled up. Oh, there's our go-to. So the other one we have will trigger this go-to. Okay, so everything kind of goes on in the background. It's hard to immediately tell what's going on. But so what happens is when you win a match, you get an amount of Q. It's like 100 Q or something. And if you lose a match, you lose like 100 Q or something. Q, it determines what rank you are. So you want to keep winning so you can keep gaining Q. So you can keep ranking up. And then this is where the actual game comes in. The flipping of the coin is like is presented as being the game, but this is where really this is the game. Because what you're doing here, let's go ahead and put that go-to in here. Because really what you're doing is you are maximizing how much Q you get, so you can keep ranking up. And if you do a bad enough job at this, then you stop being able to rank up. So if you're not playing the game well enough, you're not able to progress in the game. Now, because we leveled up, we got an upgrade point, which we can then put into either the halt or the start. I like the start and the halt and the go-to. They're all like they're programming commands. So if we can level one of these up, that's where we can click on one of these and we can see, okay, if we put a point in this, literally nothing will happen. But if we put 2 points into it, it increases the effect to BB over 90. So it's 1 plus, and then right now it's BB over 100, so BB over 90 is going to make it like larger, because it's not making it as much smaller. Alternatively, there's this one, increase activation stock by 1. I like the sound of that. Then we have this one. What is this one? Trigger every node between this and the node with the number 01. Only works when the target node is in a straight hexagonal direction from this node. So we want this to be up here. But then it says on trigger. Oh, but this could trigger it. Yeah. So on flip, this runs and then triggers the go-to node, which the go-to node then triggers every node between it and start. So it, like, this one triggers, which triggers this one, which triggers both of these. It may not trigger this one. I don't remember exactly. But also it may. Hey, we got another email. Frequently asked questions about Q. What is Q? Every competitive game needs a system for calculating the relative skill level of players, a rating that goes up and down as you win and lose games. This rating lets you track your progress as you improve at the game and can also be used to match you up against players of a similar skill level. In chess, this rating is called ELO. In some online games, it's called MMR. Ours is called Q. Who invented it? Q was invented by the mathematician Jod Edmund Carrick a pioneer in statistics and probability theory who was also a devoted gamer with a special passion for games of pure chance. During World War II, Carrick was interned in a German prison camp where, to pass the time, he tossed a coin 10,000 times and recorded the results. The results of this experiment led to the mathematical equation at the heart of Q theory. I don't know if any of this is real or not, and it wouldn't surprise me either way. But how does it actually work? While it might seem complicated, Q theory is really quite simple. Start by closing your eyes and picturing every game of Q-Up you have ever played, ever will play, or ever could play, arranged as a cluster of points in a 5-dimensional space, the orthonormal basic vectors Q, up, W, and L, plus the 5th dimension of time. The distribution of these points form a complex Banach space H within which your current rank is a bounded linear operator R, Q to U. The important question is whether every possible R has a non-trivial closed R invariant subspace W which is different from the set of 0 and from H such that RW incorporates W. I probably got all of the set notation wrong. It's been a long time since I had to know set notation. But what does so I kind of just BS'd stuff. But what does that actually mean? We get it. You're here to have fun, not to worry about whether every bounded operator on a complex Banach space sends some non-trivial closed subspace to itself. That's why we hid all the fancy equations behind an expensive amps firewall. At the end of the day, all you need to know is, when you win games, you gain Q, and when you lose games, you lose Q. Eventually, your Q will settle into a thermodynamic equilibrium that reflects, as if by magic, your true rank. So you can just relax and enjoy the game. Nothing you've said so far makes sense. That's not a question. How can you have a skill level in a game of pure chance? That's where you come in, because as we all know, games aren't just about math. They're also about psychology. Thanks to the generous support of the California Tech Entrepreneurship Initiative, we've been able to partner with top neuroscience research groups and acquire the necessary investigator certification, which allows us to run a study designed to answer just that question. How can you have a skill level, or think you do, in a game of pure chance? What? Don't worry, your secrets are safe with us. Every decision you make while playing Q-Up is logged, scrubbed, anonymized, chopped, and screwed, using provably secure algorithms running on mil-spec air-gapped hardware. Once stripped of all identifiers, your choices, actions, and reactions became a rich source of raw, organic data on which to train future models of the Q system, ensuring that the game continuously adapts to the way you play without explicitly needing your permission. Wait, Q-Up is a single-player game? I thought it was supposed to be competitive. It's both! First, we use your data to create a custom rank that's perfectly suited to the way you play. Then we flip it over and use it as the data you play against. This patent-pending technique allows us to double our information load by using both sides of every coin, and guarantees that every enemy you face in the game is just a version of you who took one of the paths you didn't choose. So in a sense, when you play Q-Up, you're playing with yourself. This is all like... This is some real Silicon Valley level startup bullcrap. Like, we're doing some expensive high math stuff that doesn't really do anything and could be done significantly easier for no discernible difference. Alice. Tap the... Okay, this is founder, Alice again. Tap the brakes. I am seriously impressed, and I appreciate you red teaming us, but don't make it so obvious. My theory is that it's the Rabi cycle. Somehow you're picking up the magnetic resonance of the angular momentum, and that lets you see the whole Hamiltonian. But even so, you would need a crap ton of compute... No, don't tell me. I'll figure it out. Oh, look, here's more crystal for you. Oh boy, 20 crystal. Some of the game looks very AI. There is no AI-generated content in this game. The Steam store requires you to disclose that, and there is nothing in here. However, the game is 110% a riff on the kind of people who would use AI generation. If anything, this game is making fun of the people that would use AI. What's the deal with upgrade points? So you got one of these. New upgrade point acquired. Now what? This is a fixed node. It can be upgraded. Click on the fixed node to open its upgrade menu. That's this. Click on upgrade node to spend your upgrade point and upgrade that skill. Click again to remove the upgrade and get back to the point you spent somewhere else. Click anywhere to return to the skill grid. Not show up in the on-screen chat for some reason. I don't know. I mean, I saw it show up in Streamlabs. Upgrades are organized along branches. You must acquire them in order. Click any upgrade you've acquired. Click the respec. So this is also a nice thing in that you can just get any points you spend, you can just get them back. You can always respec, move stuff around. You can do whatever you want whenever you want. What's the deal with shards? Oh, is it the difference between top and live chat again? It may be. Shards are special items that stack. What is stacking? When you buy multiple copies of the same shard, they all get put into the same item slot. This number shows how many shards are in the stack. When you reach a maximum stack size, the next copy of the item will start in a new stack. Max stack size starts at 5. Each shard still counts as a separate item when interacting with other items and skills. There's no way to break stacks of shards apart into individual items. Sorry. We built a new data center in the middle of Utah just for storing all these shards, and it... Like, it's absurd how much they're talking about, like, the high-end computing they have to use, the new mechanics and theories they have to invent, the data centers they need for all this data, all the bullcrap they're doing. This game is costing a fortune to run. And honest to goodness, this is a game that I could program and have running on an old crappy PC. For chump change. Like, it's making fun of, like, the ultra-competitive games, but I feel like even more so, it's making fun of that, like, startup tech bro mindset. Like, that kind of person. And I think the whole game is just hilarious. Anyway, I think we've done... Well, no, we can check the shop. I got $460. Oh, increase wallet size. Impress your teammates with a comically oversized wallet. Holds an additional 4,000 gold. I may go for that because right now I only have 1,000. Enhanced item recycling. Sorting. Demonstrate your commitment to sustainable memory allocation and earn bonus crystal by arranging your old items into sets when recycling them. Some of these are more important than others. This one I don't really care about too much, but I'll want to get it anyway because it will put some locks on other things that you can get. Like, you have to get this before it unlocks other things. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get that one. Anything I want to buy? I got 460. I can get the cyborg, and that would only be the one mech. So you see the little 1 in the corner? That means this is a shard. I mean, it says right there shard as well. Which means I can buy both of these and kind of have them both equipped at the same time. I'll buy one. Use that money for something. Okay, I think that's about all we got. Let's queue up. I love your model. Did you make it? I did! Okay, Okay, we're Q side. Let's go, Q side.
Upside.
Dang! So even though we lost, we started with a negative Q. But because of the various items and skills and whatnot that we have, they brought us back into the positive again. So we still level up and rank up even though we lost. And there are even builds you can do that are based around you losing.
Upside.
Dang it. And then some things you get add Q mult. Oh man, silver. Q mult is this right here. And what Q mult does is it very simply multiplies by, man, it very simply multiplies your Q by a number after your final Q is calculated. So like, we managed to increase our Q back to a positive of like 100. And then the Q mult was like 19 or something, so it was still like 19 times that 100. So the Q mult still got us a pretty decent bonus. And we made it to silver. I made almost no money. Body's nerfed. Look, we get it. Everyone makes mistakes. This time it's us with eggs on our faces. In regards to your recent match, Cavendish 01110101, you may have noticed an anomalous string of 3 losses in a row. Ouch. If you're like us, you might have thought to yourself, that doesn't seem very fair. That doesn't seem like the guaranteed pure randomness that will power the future of esports, like the good folks at Strategy Interactive promised. Well, you were right. Oops, our bad. As it turns out, earlier today we experienced a brief loss of randomness that affected a handful of players, including yourself. The cause of this outage was a bunch of high-tech quantum mumbo-jumbo that's way over our pay grade, and probably yours too, am I right? But what really matters isn't knowing the location and momentum of a particular subatomic particle, it's knowing that all your hard work and dedication as a Q-Up player isn't going to waste. It's knowing that when you enter the field of battle, you are standing on fair and level ground. It's knowing that you can rely on the guaranteed 50-50 outcome we promised. And that's where we let you down. Another thing we know is that apologies are a dime a dozen, and actions speak louder than words. So we'd like to start by making things right by offering you the attached gift of 10 crystals to make up for this error. Please be aware that by accepting this gift, you agree to the conditions outlined below. But don't worry, it's all standard stuff. You won't end up working for us or anything like that. And rest assured, we intend to keep improving Q-Up until everything is flipping perfect. Claim your 10 crystals. There's a lot of small print down here, though. Hey there, X-Vince. Have a good time. By accepting the compensation gift of in-game currency, you, the player, hereby irrevocably release, waive, discharge, and hold harmless Strategy Interactive, its affiliates, subsidiaries, successors, assigns, and its quantum randomness partner Max Entropy, collectively the released parties, from any and all claims, actions, cause of actions, demands, damages, or liabilities of any kind, whether known or unknown, arising out of or in any way connected with the technical failure affecting the randomness in Q-Up or any other related manner. By accepting the compensation gift, the player further acknowledges and agrees that, for tax and regulatory purposes, such acceptance may be deemed to constitute a form of employment with Strategy Interactive. As such, the player agrees to be bound by all terms, conditions, policies, and guidelines set forth in the Strategy Interactive Employee Handbook, which is incorporated herein by reference and provided separately. Continued participation in Q-Up following acceptance of the compensation gift will be deemed acceptance of this employment status and its attendant obligations. Okay, so if we accept this, we not only cannot sue them for literally anything that ever has, is, or is going to happen, but also we are legally an employee of theirs. Okay. Dark Forest. As you venture into the enchanted woods, the leaves crunch under your feet. The air is thick with the scent of pine and moss. You hear the distant sound of a stream in the distance. You are alone, but you are not afraid. To your east lies a babbling brook, and the soft jingle of fairy music. To your west, the forest grows darker and more foreboding. You can hear the sound of a distantly distant wolf howl in the distance to the north. Your move, Nakabo, you wait. Babbling brook and the soft jingle of fairy music. I like that. I'm gonna go east. Okay, I have, like, no money. I have no upgrade points. I've not leveled up, and I have, like, no money, so I can't really buy anything. I do have significantly more diamonds, though, so let's see what we got here. Stats. When I look at you in my database, you are so tiny. An insignificant speck of dust. A rounding error. I guess if you want to see exactly how much of a rounding error, you can buy this feature. Sure. And now we have a stats tab. We can even rotate the coin. Okay, additional item slot 1, you love items, we love crystals, do I like that one? Yeah, let's get that one for now. So one thing that... Where's my email? Here it is. So one thing that I definitely think that they completely miss out on in this, and in this particular situation, it says that, like, no, they did actually have a brief loss of randomness that affected a handful of players. Like, maybe there was actually a system outage for that. But you'll notice this whole, like, boy, you got 3 losses in a row thing. That's bad and not really random. You'll notice that happen a lot. And these guys every time go, oh no, our randomness. When, no, it is actually absolutely true and possible that you can get 3 losses in a row. Heck, it's possible that you could get 100 losses in a row. All pure randomness means is that the more samples you take, the more it should the pattern should trend towards 50%. That's really it. That does not mean you can get 100 in a row and then you are now owed, like, oh, well, that means I also have to get 100 in a row of the other one. No, it does not care. Randomness does not care. All the randomness means is if you keep measuring which one landed up and which one landed down, if you keep measuring that to infinity, the pattern should trend towards 50%. That's it. Okay, we're doing good though. Let's go up. Okay, we're Q side. Let's go Q side.
Q side.
Yeah! Brother. Oh, brother or sister. And an upgrade point.
Upside.
Dang. Oh, I just noticed they have the little, like, panel on the side. This one says Q and that one says up. And this, so, like, everybody on this side is Q. And everybody on this side is up.
Upside.
Dang it. So this isn't best of 3, this is first of 3. Important distinction, because that means we still keep going.
Upside.
Dang it. Got like nothing out of that one. Okay, we did level up though, so we did not get a new no, we did get a new skill. We got this one. On win, 100 Q per bot on your team. I guess that's like per other people that are also... that are also playing your character. I don't really have a good place to put points right now. Because, like, I gotta put a lot of points into this before it becomes worth it. I already do this activation stock by 1. But then, like, the only thing that triggers is go-to, and the only thing go-to does is trigger halt. But then halt only has 1 activation stock. And I can't even increase that. So, like, this being able to trigger multiple times doesn't really help much. I mean, it does give me the 50Q times BB. I can also go down here, though. Yeah, sure. Okay, shop. Well, let's check our email first. Employment agreement. Not gonna. This is to confirm that, pursuant to the compensation transaction you have completed and agreed upon terms thereof, you are now officially an at-will employee of Strategy Interactive Games Incorporated under the labor law jurisdiction and in accordance with the legal statutes at the state of California and its territories, with a starting salary of 10 crystal. If you have any questions or concerns about the information outlined above, just let me know. Best regards, Neil Lundberg, Senior Legal Counsel. I have questions and concerns about the information outlined above. Thank you for your inquiry. I'm on vacation and will be unable to reply to email for the next 2 weeks. If you need immediate assistance, please reach out to info@strategyinteractive.com. Well, great. Were you just about to go? You were just about to go in the direction you chose when suddenly a massive troll appeared from the trees and started chasing you. You reach for your sword and shield, but remember that you left them in the car. A cold sweat breaks out on your brows. You realize that you're in terrible danger. Without my sword and shield, fighting sounds like a bad idea. Should I run or hide? I'm gonna hide. Okay, I have a little bit of money, but not a lot. I don't have enough to buy anything. So, in we go again. Don't gamble with your future. Okay, we're on upside this time. It's me.
Upside.
Yes! Ooh, another go-to.
Upside.
Yes!
Q side.
Damn. The negatives also change. They go, and I don't know what exactly indicates what its starting value is. Be it negative 500, negative 100. It was like negative 1,000 one time last time. And then, like, you have other team members that do stuff. Top pair. Okay, so we got a bunch of stuff in here. We got... Oh, they're both skills down here. So, on trigger, top pair, on trigger, +2 QMO. Well, that sounds cool. I can do that and just put you right there. Then you are also a go-to. Trigger every node between this one and the node with the number 3. So I'm going to have this go-to, go to this go-to, and just, it'll trigger everything in the way. And it even triggers this one, so it'll bounce back, too. But that's only if that one triggers. Which would trigger based on this. But I think if I do, like, this, then this one will still trigger whichever, but then it'll just heckin' bounce back and forth. That one still kind of just doesn't feel worth it. Like, I feel like I'm putting all my points in this one. I mean, I guess I could put some in this. Sure, I guess. Already discovered a loop. I mean, they'll go until their, activation stock runs out. And I think the only one that it'll trigger is Halt and Top Pair. Which, Top Pair is a good one. It'll trigger that. These three will empty out Top Pair. And that'll give us a ton of Q-Mult. Onboarding. Strategy Interactive new employee orientation schedule. Welcome to the team! We're thrilled to have you join us. First, take a deep breath. Starting any new job is a challenge, but your first day at Strategy Interactive can be especially overwhelming. Finding your desk, picking out the perfect quote for your email sig, our famous snack room, and, of course, Legolas and the Falcon. These are the features that make our company culture unique, but when they're coming at you all at once, you need to keep calm and stay focused. Remember, despite the playful atmosphere and fabulous perks, we're all here for one reason: to invent the future of esports. Session 1, meet and greet at 9 in the main reception. A chance to hang out and get to know your fellow cyborgs. What are your favorite games? What's your favorite queue-up hero / build? The health and safety team will also be on hand to collect any info about any food allergies we need to be aware of and hand out protected species literature. Session 2, Food Awareness at 10:30 at the Gettysburg Cafe. As the saying goes, game developers are machines for turning free food into daily active users. This is your opportunity to learn the ins and outs of our world-famous cereal buffet. Meet the chefs who prepare hot, locally sourced gourmet meals 3 times a day, and double-check those dietary restrictions one more time. This is, like, such a startup bullcrap company. Like, they're spending so much money, and I'm not sure anybody who works here is even doing anything. Like, I don't think any of them have work to do. And yet they're paying out the butt for everything else. And part of that is probably that giant investment amount that they got at the start. Session 3, Raptor Workshop at 1300, Waterloo Conference Room. This intensive session will make sure you are fully prepared to meet and safely interact with Legolas, our beloved mascot. Contrary to popular belief, birds of prey can be friendly and even affectionate companions, but with their razor-sharp talons, predatory instincts, and diving speeds of up to 200 miles per hour, strict protocols must be followed at all times. Remember, just because you can't see Legolas doesn't mean he can't see you. Protective eyewear recommended. Like, this is a whole part of the onboarding, is getting to know this, like, friggin' raptor they've got living on site. Session 4, Break at 1500 at the Normandy Commons. Snacks and ping pong. It's an hour-long break. How long is their day here? So we start at 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's 5 hours, and then an hour lunch. And then Session 5, Alice Kim, founder of Max Entropy, will join us remotely from the Stanford Accelerator compound to share the secrets of the quantum randomness that powers the Q-coin at the heart of the game. It's going to be a very full day. I don't know how long that's going to go. I guess that was 5 hours with lunch. 6, 7, 8. So I guess if this Quantum Mechanics 101 is 3 hours long, that's an 8-hour day. It's going to be a very full day with a lot of ground to cover, so please arrive early, dressed in comfortable clothes, and prepare for one of the most intense and rewarding days of your life. There will also be a 20-minute Zoom orientation for new employees who are going to be working from home. If that applies to you, please sign up below. I will not be able to attend in person. I promise you, you were just about to do the thing that you chose to do when you were surprised by the telltale beeping of your hill climber's find and auto drive system. The furious troll briefly forgets you and looks towards the tree line, and your eyes follow hers. You both gasp as you see a rapidly oncoming pair of glowing eyes. Looks like the troll isn't the only predator in these woods. Do these different choices even do anything? Or don a confident smile, you know what's coming next. I know what's coming next. Okay, anything I can get in the shop that looks kind of cool? On win, plus 5 Q mult for every win so far. Plus 180 Q per magic item. What do I have? I do have a magic item. Mining drone, plus 600 Q. Oh, that's $1,000 though. I guess I'm just gonna keep saving up my money because none of these are particularly worth the trouble. Alright, queue up. Yeah, right now I don't really have the money or the income to really be picky and choosy with how I build my items. Okay, we're on upside.
Q side.
Dang.
Q side.
Dang.
Q side.
Dang. So this go-to is triggering this one. Oh, it's a halt, though. So when it triggers that halt, it can't go back and forth. Add teammate. Add a teammate. Okay, Nakabo, sorry to hear you won't be able to make it to the new employee on site. Shouldn't be a problem, except we will need to find another way for you to sign the release forms needed to grant your stock options. I could send them to you via the Frenefits portal. Have you set up your Frenefits account yet? What's Frenefits? This is also the exact kind of bullcrap that goes through corporate. Like, even at my own job, this is, like, the exact kind of bullcrap that goes through corporate. Like, there's 100 different programs and portals and accounts you have to go through by all kinds of different companies, and it's like, oh yeah, this is great, you should use this one. Yeah, you're also, like, one of 2 companies in the planet that use that, because there's a million of them and every company uses something different. Oops. As you probably noticed, we had another technical issue with our quantum randomness, resulting in a string of three losses in a row in your recent match. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Launching a competitive multiplayer game is challenging, and the technical complexity and, quite frankly, expense of the quantum computing infrastructure that powers the Q-Coin is putting a lot of stress and strain on the team here at Strategy Interactive. Has everything gone smoothly? No, but I do wish that we'd cut corners and use some cheap, off-the-shelf RNG solution instead of cutting-edge frontier randomness that guarantees 100% fair results. Yeah, I kind of wish we had. But as Billy Joel Armstrong once said, making mistakes is a lot better than not doing anything. We go on. We will continue to try our best. In the meantime, please accept this gift of 20 crystal as a small token of our gratitude for your continued patience. So yeah, it's every time that happens, and sometimes it's scripted that you get it. But every time that happens, they're like, that's not random. That's actually 100% random. They don't understand randomness, but they're running a game built on randomness. Okay, this is the end of the Dark Forest thing. With all the confidence of its go-anywhere 4-wheel drive and best-in-class headlight brightness, your Hoika hill climber bursts out of the trees and comes to stop right in front of you and the troll, having navigated the treacherous terrain with AI-powered ease. The troll flips you a huge hang-loose sign as as you and her grab matching surfboards from the roomy roof rack on top of the hill climber's aggressively youthful and stylish frame. You both jog towards the beach with huge smiles on your faces, and the troll's eyes widen with excitement as you describe the amazing 24-month 0% APR deal you just secured on your new hill climber. Your choices matter. Choose freedom. Choose Hoeka. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to credit approval, Hoeka is not responsible for any injuries or damage to your vehicle or property encouragement by this email. I can't wait to get my new hill climber! Okay, I don't think I made any money. I'll go ahead and get this one, just to get that out of the way. Another shard. Q per items at different rarity equipped items. Only Q for every node you have unlocked. On Q, 500. So we make that if we're Q. Oh no, I want like an XP booster. Actually, what I want is a G booster. I still think I kind of want to get this 0-day trader. But I still think I'm going to save up a little. What's the deal with item recycling? It's simple. It's the law. The law of conservation of information. The total information in an isolated system is constant over time. It cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. This is actually true. The only reason we can look at a hard drive and go, oh, it's mostly empty, is because we have just decided that there is nothing of value in that space. When there is still data taking up that space. Even if it's all zeros, it's still all data taking up that space. We can turn it into something that we care about, but it doesn't just go away. Yeah, what this? Queue up! Queue up is a competitive a team-based competitive multiplayer game. Where the whole idea is that if you go up against an equally skilled opponent, then it should be a 50% chance that you win. And if every match, with perfect matchmaking, if every match is a 50% chance of winning, then you might as well just make the match a coin flip. Oh, that's right. I was gonna move around my skills. So the whole game is effectively your skill tree.
Upside.
Because the flip is just the flip. Everything you do by building your skill tree and getting items and equipment and inventory, that all affects your Q. And how much Q you gain, like you gain Q on win, you lose Q on loss, how much Q you gain determines your rank. So it's funny because, like, they present the game as the coin flip being the game when it is not the game. Oh boy, 0. The game is this. Okay, so what I was going to do... So that trigger's on flip. This one is on trigger. But that will only ever trigger once. See, what I want is like this. Or is it? I mean, I can do that, but then I'll never trigger halt. I don't know if I ever want to trigger halt, really. End your skill phase. That's just anything I was setting up here stops as soon as I hit this. Like, if I could guarantee that it was the last thing I was ever going to hit, that would be a thing. I have another skill point I can put in something. I'm not going to put any more in that because we haven't even seen bots other than me. But this trigger's on flip. So, like, what's even the point of increasing activation stock? It'll only ever flip trigger once anyway. Okay, so that should fix some of this. We're never really going to be triggering halt, but I don't really know what to do about that. Okay, anything? Well, let's check our email. Frenifits! Oh, we were actually sent to Frenifits. Sent a link to howdy, friend. Welcome to the neighborhood. First things first, let's set you up with VIP access to your team's hangout, where you'll find yourself everything you need and a few surprises. Your team's hangout is called Strategy Interactive HR Frenifits Portal Temp 2. Temp 2. Just click the link, enter your secure employee code, and let's get ready to work it together. I don't see any links. We've still made, like, effectively no money. Unless there's something really good in here. On match win plus 12,000 Q. I mean... That's like, on average, 6,000 Q a match. That's match, though. That's not an individual flip. Or is it? War banner? I don't see a war banner. There's war stories. Oh, you probably mean this. Yeah, plus 1200 Q. That's just every... That's just every time it triggers. So that's just every time. Win or lose, every flip. If this one is on an individual flip, and not necessarily, like, whole match win, then this is still probably the best, which is why it's an impossible rarity. Ooh, but that one just gives you money. I mean, that one's gonna change out soon. I know for a while I ran kind of an emoji set. I'm gonna get it. We will quickly see if it's a good decision or not. Hey there, Otoko. Okay, we're on Q side.
Upside.
Dang. What's the game? MMO Arena? Heck yeah, get that bouncing. It is a competitive multiplayer team-based game, I guess.
Upside.
And the whole point of which is imagine if you would. Yeah, competitive multiplayer team-based coin flip. If matchmaking were perfect,
Q side.
then you would always go play against an absolutely evenly based opponent. And if you are going up against an evenly based opponent, then that means that there should be a 50-50 chance if you win or lose. And if there's always a 50-50 chance if you win or lose, then really the whole match is just a coin flip. So flip that coin.
Upside.
The game is actually single player and kind of story based. The game of the game is building up your skill tree, not the actual coin flip. And above that, the game is a very large parody, I guess you could say, of like large competitive MOBA style games. And the whole startup tech bro culture. It's actually amazing. Like, the whole game is actually amazing. Okay, so we gotta go to 5. Okay, trigger the go-to node with the highest number. So that means it would trigger this one first. So I'm actually going to do this, because now this means this will trigger this one and do it back and forth. Wait, this triggers everything between it and the node with a 5. But this one is 5. No, that one's 5. That one's 5. So I think we actually want that one up there. This one and 5, so that means it'll go over here. And then this one will trigger up to 3. And this one will go back to 1. So this is gonna go boom, boom, boom. And we don't want to trigger halt. Like, I want to trigger halt. But I don't know how to easily trigger halt. What do I put you here? Do you even trigger? Sorry to hear you're having trouble logging into the Benefits portal. You won't be able to get in until you have a working strategy interactive email account. Apparently, IT is having trouble setting up your email because you haven't chosen a quote for your signature. We were all going to do this together at the new employee on-site, but since you can't come to that, I'm not sure what to do. Unless you can come after all, I definitely cannot come. And that this is all, like, what they're prioritizing. This whole Benefits portal and logging in and having your email set up and, like, the priority of having a quote for your signature. And this is just all this trouble you're having hiring in. When, like, the whole onboarding is just all of this bullcrap that doesn't even do anything. Like, what are you actually learning here that's going to be important for your job? And then they're like, we don't know how to handle this situation because of a dumb thing that you really think we could just do something about. Why is this a load-bearing error? Okay, don't have a lot of money. And the way you can see I've got all the nodes bouncing around and whatnot, that is where the game is. That is where you're thinking about, like, this triggers this triggers this, we want this to go like this, in order to maximize your return. Okay, we're Q side.
Q side.
Heck yeah. So that emoji we got is not doing anything. That was kind of amazing. Just watching those nodes all go around, just emptying each other out.
Upside.
Dang. Yeah, then they're gonna empty each other out. Then they're gonna go back and forth there at the start.
Q side.
Yeah, how efficiently can we achieve infinity? The great thing is that infinity is literally a thing that you can get to if you get your number big enough. Like, you can actually make your number overflow and it just says infinity.
Upside.
That's like post-game level stuff, though. At this point in the game, you're not doing that.
Upside.
So I think this is actually triggering every node, even the ones that I wasn't sure it was going to trigger. Which makes sense then why they could give us something like this brother-sister. Like, I wonder if I can do that. Okay, we also have this coaching. On flip. On flip. 10G times BB. Ooh. And I can see now why they have the increase activation stock. Even on, like, on flip. Because it can be triggered by your go-tos. Okay, what do I put like a ton of points into? Really just these. Well, I'll leave that be for now. Okay, we got a little bit of money to play with. Ooh, charts! They say we're built in a day, but they hadn't met me. I vibe coded these charts in like 10 minutes. Stu. On friggin' tech bro mentality. 50G for each replicating nanobot I have equipped. Well, I only have one if I buy it. I can buy another one of these, and that'll stack with my other one. So yeah, we got this one. Turns out it's not really working. G for every mech item we have equipped. I do like G. I still have money. Certain Q per hero that matches you on your team. I mean, I don't know if just buying one replicating nanobot is worth it. That'll add up though, especially if I can get multiple replicating nanobots. And then we just unlock the stats page. Now we can see these charts down here. Okay. Activation stock. Oh yeah, that's those. What's the deal with activation stock? Okay, more onboarding. Hi, Nakabo. I'm in the middle of troubleshooting a borked container system that's caused 8 of our 10 servers to overload every other flip and will probably lead to an unrecoverable crash in about 10 minutes. But never mind that. Let me drop everything and make sure you have the right quote for your email signature. This is the guy. This guy is running the entire company. Okay, let me... Everything in war... Okay, so we have to choose our quote. What do we want? Everything in war is very simple, but the simplest thing is difficult. That sentence means nothing. The object of war is not to die for your country, but to make the other guy die for his. I mean, yes, true. The OODA loop of your decision-making is what differentiates your ability to succeed. I hate that line. You may not be interested in strategy, but strategy is interested in you. A finite, non-cooperative game that always has at least one equilibrium point. No, I hate that one. Have we rowed out to the thick darkness, or are we playing pinochle in the bottom of the boat? If you say why not bomb them tomorrow, I say why not today. If you say today at 5 o'clock, I say why not 1 o'clock. I like this one. This is the one I used before. I like this one. The goal is to win. Enjoy these lame quotes. I got the only good one. And his quote is, never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. Like, just the way this guy talks, and, like, you immediately understand. This is one of the 3 guys at this company that's actually doing work, and he's keeping the entire thing held together. Okay, I think we're set up. This is where, like, even though the skill trees kind of are the game, this is where, like, this is... Once you get to, like, really maximizing what these things can do, it's way above my pay grade. And I only wish that this game were more popular, because I want to see the absurd theory, like the absurd builds that people have put together. But there just aren't good builds for most people. Well, I mean, there are good builds. There's not, like, visible builds you can find.
Upside.
Like, hey, I want to know what to do. I got no information. Okay, so those bounce back and forth. You're really just emptying out the one. Then we go up there. Yeah, it's triggering. It's triggering this one. It's triggering brother sister. Team, but I got 1,000 off of it. Do I count as a bot? Yeah, and strategizing a coin flip. You can change around what you're doing and how you build quite a bit. You can make it so it kind of emphasizes making the number bigger as opposed to increasing your Q mult. Maybe you're trying to just build up your Q, which will help mitigate negatives. But then you can't get as big as you could if you emphasized Q mult. You can make ones that just absolutely blow the number up when you win and just kind of eat it when you lose. You can even make builds that, like, kind of work best if you lose. Okay, I'm making a substantial amount of money now. I've actually maxed my money now. Yeah, I gained 5,000 money in only that match. We haven't made face-to-face, but I just saw the updated cap table. Bob would not be granting you so many voting shares if he didn't trust you. Also, Alice tells me you are doing some work for her on the back end, so it looks like you're a double threat, strategy and tech. Very impressive. Just this, like, I'm getting onboarded. I'm getting hired on here, and everybody is like, man, who's this new guy? Like, why did Bob even give me voting shares? Probably by accident. Honestly, these may just be rumors going around that people have begun to think are true. And then Alice tells me you're doing some work for her on the back end, and that goes back to... Alice emailed us a couple times because we were winning a bunch. I want to talk about getting you on the stakeholder team, maybe even a seat on the board. But first, I want to bring you up to speed on a couple of developments you might not be aware of. Nothing to worry about, but there might be a few ripples coming downstream, and if things get squirrely, I want to make sure the two of us are paddling in the same direction. I'll be in Davos for WEF, and then afterwards swing through Ibiza for G21. Don't ask. Although I may pop over to Telluride to catch the last half of Forethought, in which case I'll spend the weekend in Kuala Lumpur for a flat pack before heading down to Mogadishu for Future Think, after which I may drop by McMurdo Station to unwind after one of their famous bottomless margaritas and talk to a founder who's down there A/B testing a promised pre-seed prototype on some penguins. Let me know if you're going to be at any of those and we can discuss in person. Or, you know what? Never mind. Just grab a Pomodoro on my touch base. Like, oh my goodness, this is such tech bro bullcrap. Sure, grab a Pomodoro on Larry's touch base. I'll do that. Investment. You're ready to invest. Hi, Naka the Honeywhite. Welcome to Friar Tuck, formerly Fire Truck Investing. We're a new kind of investment broker, fully committed to your future. As part of our community-first approach, we're offering a discounted sign-up investment opportunity to all our new members. For the low price of 10 crystal, you can earn 11 crystal worth of stock for free in your choice of 2 amazing companies. A cryptocurrency based on a 5-year-old meme, or Microsoft. That's a real hard decision. But right now, I think I hate Musk more than I hate Microsoft. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out at questions@firetruckinvesting. Like they haven't changed their email yet. We're not just selling products, we're building a community. We're not just selling services, we're building a platform. We're not just selling software, we're building a system. Fire Truck, now Friar Tuck. Okay, I have 1 upgrade point. So the only ones that I can upgrade are these. I can actually, I think, increase... I don't know if these... No, I do want to increase activation stock on this one now. Because I can trigger it now. Let's go to the shop and let's buy them the crap out. Here, you take the crystal for once. My finance team assures me we'll all be yacht rich after the residuals on this one. Maybe we can buy my son that pet dino he's been asking. You know, sure, I'll take whatever. Captain Boomer, 5-star. Limited time offer. Drop rates increased. 0% chance. Oh boy, 0%. Aww. 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 Well, maybe next time. Okay, even bigger wallet. I'm feeling that one. These are actually really good. And I don't think I'm going to spend any more until I get the even bigger wallet. Okay, what can I buy here that would be really good, now that I have money to buy? I can buy one of those because I can just stack it. On Q side win, 1500 Q. That's not bad. 100 G for every mech item we have equipped. Mining drone, another shard that's just 600 Q. Sure. Mech item, sure. Why not? Okay, so now I can go over to gears. This one is kind of useless, so you know what I'm going to do? Recycle it. And that got me 6 more diamonds. So I can go back to this, and I can get the even bigger wallet. There will eventually come a point when we're making enough money that we can just buy stuff just to recycle it and get diamonds. So I already have one of these, so I don't really need it. This down here is like one of the dumbest mechanics. I don't think you can even do anything with this until you unlock this panel over here on the side. But I think the idea is you have to play a game against someone named Crimson Coyote, which is pure chance. And then you will, like, trade keys with them. Okay, that's just straight up 350. So this should be, like, on average, 750. But this one is also better because it helps mitigate losses. Ah, okay, now we got our challenges. So some of these challenges are a really good way to get stuff. I don't know if we can level them up yet, or if that's a thing we have to do later. And then pay attention to which ones are going to be easy to do and which ones aren't. Like, see 5 Q sides in a row, we will never trigger that. The other 4 are at least reasonable. But these 2 in the middle may be kind of hard to do right now. Top one may also be kind of hard to do right now. There's some of these that you get that you can just go like, I can do that in literally one match, let's go. And those are the ones you want to see. I don't think we can combine these yet to get higher level quests. Q side.
Upside.
Dang. Yeah, so the additional stock is helping that now. And that only triggers once, because it's triggering on flip. Yeah, haven't seen any of the more advanced players yet. That may just be a rank thing. We're not going to see them until we are higher rank. Because at this point I've unlocked all the characters, and I don't think this character is one that's unlocked by default. I think the ones we're seeing are only the ones that are unlocked by default. Come on, Q. Dang! This is a long match.
Upside.
Well, we lost, but hey, look at these. You mad? Oh, we can level them up. So there are 3 here. I think it's when there are 3 of the same color and rank. So there's like 3 of these yellow 1 dot ones. It levels 1 up. So I keep one of the following, and it's going to be this one, but it's level 2. And I get, like, you could see 22,000 experience on that one. And it's already completed, so, like, heck yeah, I'm going to take that one. And then the other ones get ripped. And then I can click this one now to collect my additional experience. That was a lot of experience. Ooh, another go-to. We got like 4 levels off of that. It was 3 levels, I wasn't paying attention. I do know eventually you're going to want to be getting up to the 3s. And I forget why. Let's get connected. Touch base. Oh, right, because it was Larry who said, hey, grab a Pomodoro on Larry's touch base. Hi, Naka. You have been invited to schedule a 25-minute meeting with Larry Kahn of Accelerated Capital to discuss create a detailed agenda for a short online meeting with an important colleague to discuss sensitive topics regarding an online game, including massive budget overruns, possible hostile takeover attempt, a split board, and animal cruelty. Do not mention any of these specifics in the agenda, just keep it general and make it sound like it was written by someone who is super smart and on top of things, but also very, very important and busy. I don't think he was... I don't think that's what he wanted there. In order to accept the... So, like, this is a guy... Again, like, this is... You hate this guy. Because this is this bull crap here. But especially reading this, it's like that's entirely a facade. And things are going downhill. Okay, download your TouchBase 3-factor authentication token, sure. Okay, so I got you mad. On trigger. Plus 20 times BB times number of mech items you have equipped. Okay, we are going mech. We also got this. On flip. BB percent chance. Plus 4,000. So there's just a chance you get a crap ton of stuff. Okay, so I had the thought of... let's put you here. And you here. And this will start then with go to 5. Which will go to 3. Which goes to 3. Which goes to 1. This would potentially bounce back and forth here and just get us, like, everything up here. Because these are triggering back and forth a lot. And not actually accomplishing anything. And honest to goodness, I can just do this. Just trigger it all. Then I have another go-to. That's 10, go to 7. Which is our go-to 5. I don't think I really have a use for that right now. Like, I'm just gonna leave it here. In fact, I think I can also get rid of this 5. We'll put 3 here and 1 here. So ideally, what would be happening, I think, is you have all these abilities that are out here kind of stretching around. You want to use your go-tos to hit every single one of them. And deplete everything. And then when you're done with all of that, you direct it back to halt. So then we're kind of just figuring out how to maneuver around the field. I mean, I can see how you can make like one loop that'll just go around. I don't know how to deplete the nodes with that, though. But this 01 triggers start again, so this will go until it runs out of activation stock. So it'll just go again. That halt is in a really inconvenient place if I want to trigger coaching. I can probably do something simple like that, and that'll hit coaching. Because now start will go over here to 7, which will go to coaching. Which will then hit coaching and then send to 5. 5 will try to go to 3. No, 5 will try to go to 5. Where's 5? Oh, 5 is that one. So 5 will go over here. But that'll hit, like, the start or whatever along the way. So that may just, like, ping-pong over here then, because, like, we go from 5 to start, which will send us back to 7. And that'll just trigger those until it runs out. And then eventually it won't be able to trigger start, and it'll pass that and hit 3, and then it'll bounce up here. I don't know if that's how that works, but we're gonna find out. Ooh, 1 diamond. Mining drone, we want the mining drone. Okay, no other mech, anything we really need. Did get another bug. Yeah, so that's just flat 350, which is, like, nice, but, like, it's also just 350. I'm gonna replace that with this, so we're getting a diamond each run, too. And I think that's about all we can really do. Let's see if this build works at all.
Upside.
Okay, how does my tree work? Exactly like I thought it would. And then that goes back and forth and gets everything. Okay, so that's cool, that's cool. That worked exactly like I thought it would. If you're depleting all your nodes, you've done a good job. Granted, I'm not depleting all of my nodes, but 2 of those that I'm not depleting are go-to nodes, so I don't care. And then one of them is a halt node that I cannot reliably trigger. I appreciate the MST3K reference. Okay, another one from Alice. Saw that you were meeting with Larry. You know he's a jerk, right? We're trying to do something important here. I know you and Bob go way back, and I like Bob. I really do. He's a great guy. But this is bigger than personal relationships, bigger than one guy's feelings, and definitely bigger than a silly game where you make a number go up by clicking on some buttons. Sorry. This is Alice messaging us like, Bob. Now, Bob and I go way back. We don't know Bob. Everything is spiraling out of control. We're just trying to play a game. This is a whole new way of generating information. A new computing paradigm that harnesses pure randomness to discover stochastic solutions to problems we haven't even thought of yet. This is how we drag humanity out of the Markov gutter. What Larry doesn't know is that I'm sitting on 1.5 B of angel commitments that I just need the right structure to unlock, and Bob's obsession with meaningless games is standing in the way, and I cannot allow that. This reverse merger is going to happen, with or without you. I'd like it to be with you, because you're like me. You don't play games, you break them. Are you up for it? You look for a button that isn't here. Skills, so I got a new upgrade point. What do I want to put that upgrade point in? Like, we're depleting everything, so I don't really need. I can increase activation stock of this by 1. Let me go check out the shop again. Not really anything here I'm interested in. But I have max money, so I'm just gonna buy some stuff. And then recycle it. I already have one of them, I'll recycle that too. Okay, still not enough diamonds, but I got more diamonds now. This is sleek too. This whole interface, the whole flipping mechanic thing, the way the camera is moving just ever so slightly. Okay, so now because I gave this one additional activation stock, I need to give on start an additional activation stock. I can also give brother sister a like max out that activation stock. And then little things like while this is going off, I can hover over each one of these and know like this one ran out too soon. I gotta remember that. Brother, sister ran out too soon. Okay, so I got a new ability, but before I mess with that ability, I want to... I want one more activation stock in that to match this one. And then this one is... Since I increased this activation stock... Okay, and then what is this that we got? Ooh, trigger a random adjacent node. Because the only node that I'm not triggering is coin flip. Like, I think what I want to do is like that. But I also don't want this to keep getting super long in this direction, but I don't know how else to do it. Because then this at least has a chance of triggering coin flip. But this has 4 activation stock, though. So it's not guaranteed to hit that, but like if I put it in here, it'll trigger 4 times. And I can do this loop over here 3 times, so I can, if I wanted to, like, move that down there. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a straight line for it all to work, but it does make things considerably easier. Because the first thing I trigger is this go to 3, which then moves all the way down here to trigger this one, which tries to go back to 1, so it goes right back, but it hits this 3 along the way, and then just bounces back and forth between these two until they run out of stock. Like, being able to get all 5 activation stock out of all of these is part of the thing. And I can get this one up to 4, but that's never going to be enough to trigger everything. So I am thinking of, like, what can I do to make this go in a big circle? So we start at 7. Then maybe we go to 10. Like, go to set 10. Which takes us to go to 7, because we want to hit coaching, so we have to pass through that. Then we go to 3. So if we put 3, like, up here or something. And then 3 says go to 1, and we could put 1, like, down here. But then 1 isn't lined up with this. So it's not going to be able to do that diagonal. And ideally, I want 10 to be in the way. Like, I want, like, the go to 1 to be here, and the go to 7 to be here. Then we can go to 7, go to 5. Go to 3. Go to 1. Yeah, for that I need more, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To do that, I need 6 go-tos, and I have 4. I could do a triangle. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I would only need 5. I still only have 4, but still. What if I put them at a corner, and I put, like, go to 1 here, and go to 5 here? Or go to 1 here and go to 7 here? No, because then I can't go up. I have to go this way. And I can't go horizontally. Yeah, it becomes a problem. Just like kind of by math, if I'm gonna do just a triangle, if I want to line 2 of these up, then that means the start node has to be on one of the legs of the triangle. And so if I take it off of the leg of the triangle, because I don't want that to be on one of the legs of the triangle, I want it to, like, spin around it. If I take it off, then I need to have a break in the edge of the triangle. Which means I then need 5 nodes. And I don't have 5 nodes, I only have 4. So I cannot do a whole circle yet. Not without relying on start. And start only has 3 activation stocks, so if I rely on start, it's only going to trigger everything 3 times. Which means these 3 would not get emptied. Actually, all 4 of these would not get emptied. So it kind of stinks, but I may just leave it like this. Yeah, stinks, but... Ooh, additional shop slot. I'll go for that. Anything else here I need? Go ahead and buy you, sure. Nothing else here jumping out at me. Neutral... Yeah, nothing else here really, so I'm just gonna buy stuff until I run out of money. Oh, I should have bought the 8-ball. And then go to gear and sell it. This may be better than that. Because that's going to be 4. So that's going to be 600. So 75Q times 1d6. That's like an average of times 3. So that's 75 times 3 is like 150 to 25, and I've got 2 of them. So 225 is going to be 450. And this is going to be 600. So that's just better. And having this also means I get more money. I get 100G more. I'm just going to get rid of that one. Okay, check our email. Naka, I know you've been talking to Alice. Yeah, because she's emailed me. I don't know if I've ever said a word to Alice. Look, I don't blame you. I would also be talking to her if I was in your shoes. Heck, I'd be talking to her in my own shoes if she would just respond to any of my messages, which I'm beginning to suspect are going right into her spam folder or something. Did she mention getting any messages from me? Anyway, you have every right to decide for yourself which side to play in this reverse merger, which, by the way, make no mistake, whatever she wants to call it, is A, an attempted takeover, and B, extremely hostile. But I totally understand that you need to choose what's best for you, and I completely respect whatever decision you make. Do I consider it a betrayal? Yes. Given everything I've done for this game and for you personally, I like to think I think of what you're doing as a knife in my back. But do I blame you for doing it? Yes! You shouldn't stab people in the back. For me, this goes without saying. We haven't even done anything yet. What does he mean for all the things I've done for you specifically? He hasn't done anything for me. I tell you who I don't blame. Myself. And to be totally honest, I don't blame Alice either. I think, in her own way, she's trying to do what she thinks is best. I think she's confused about a few things. I think she's put the cart before the horse, if you see what I mean. She wants to save the world, and I just want to make a fun game, but I'm 100% sure that if we could just have one straightforward conversation, we could probably work everything out. You know who I do blame? That rat Lundberg. He and Larry cooked up this whole cockamamie scheme. He keeps talking about something called a Shannon volatility pump. He said you could use dynamic portfolio rebalancing to make money from coin flips. Naka, I looked it up. There's no such thing as a Shannon volatility pump. You can't make money from coin flips. Just do me one favor. Next time you talk to Alice, let her know I want to talk to her. Ask her to reach out to me directly. Can you at least do that for me? Click. I still don't know how you're doing it, but wow, the best possible classical strategy gives these results. That's a 75% WR, and your results consistently exceed that. Still, like, best possible options that she can calculate are 3 wins and 1 loss. There's no way to get these win streaks without some kind of hidden variable. But where would you hide it? Oh yeah, here's your treat. Try not to drool too much. 30 crystal. But like, these people don't understand probability. Nobody knows what's going on. Ooh, these are going to be rough. I don't know if I can get any of these. Upside.
Upside.
Heck yeah. Okay, that depleted our nodes. This goes back and forth. I could probably slip some more of these over onto this side. Maybe. And then if I stretch these out, I can try to put this random adjacent node one. Actually, I'm not sure if I can do that. Thing is, if you can't get your Q positive by the time the multiplier gets added in, you get big loss. Oh hey, we actually depleted coin flip. Gold 4. Ooh, negative 12,000. Oh, that's rough. Oh, can we actually hit positive? Yes, we can! By almost double. Okay, got an upgrade point. Yeah, these are all 4 trigger, though. I mean, I can go in here, and then I can do that. And now that triggers 4. So I can grab the 4s that are up here and move them down here. And then I can do, like, that, and then I could put it next to something. But I want it to trigger coin flip. So maybe there's not a lot I can do about that. So this has 5 triggers, so that'll deplete. And if that's the case, then I can just grab this 4 and put it back up here, and then take 1 off of this. And put that point somewhere else. I could make this one activate more. Wow, you can make that thing activate a lot. I mean, I could do that. That's something. Okay, email, what do we got? Oh, from Larry, talking about Alice and Bob. Naka, I know you're busy, but I have some sensitive info I need to share, and I'd rather do it on a more secure channel. Did you get my TouchBase invite? They just fixed a problem with their authentication protocols. Not enough factors. So grab this new token, and hopefully it should work now. Download your TouchBase 4-factor authentication token. Feeling nostalgic. Hey, fellow cyborgs, just came across these old design notes for the game the other day, and they made me feel some sort of way, LOL. Wanted to share a bit of that feeling with everyone. Gather up by the campfire to reminisce with me. Remember loot crates, LOL? I kinda miss the crates, honestly. Maybe someday we'll bring them back? Just kidding. Unless... Oh, I know, I got this one. Shop lock. Additional shop slot, additional item slot. So if we wanted to equip more, this is our one. Okay, buy you, that's a no-brainer. Everything else is 100 diamonds, though. I'll go ahead and get the shop lock. So the shop lock will let us lock something if we, like, don't want it to go away. And refresh. That's just 1200 Q. We're all mech right now, except for paid to play. I did not want the 8-ball. I mostly just wanted it because it's super expensive and I could sell it. Yeah, nothing else here is really jumping out at me. Ooh, that's a shard. It's kind of crazy. Well, I'm going to buy it and have no money, and then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to sell it. Okay, it is currently just a hair past midnight. I'm going to do one more and then clean up, and then I think I'll wrap up for the evening. Upside. Oh, and it does get to the point where you're triggering so many notes for so long that you're just kind of like, please just get me out of this. I don't want to be here watching this for an hour. And you can increase battle speed. So the story of this game, we've got the general premise of it at this point, and I don't think it ever gets like too dramatically more weird than it is now, or more complex than it is now. But it does eventually go towards like you joining an actual like competitive match, like an esports like match for this, in order to prove for Bob that like there is skill involved in this. And you think like, okay, so this is all building up where I'm eventually gonna win this tournament or whatever. So I'm eventually gonna win this tournament and everything's gonna be fine and for Bob or whatever. But like, no, Bob and Alice actually sit down and get talking before the tournament ends. So like, you're building up to this and then they just kind of go, I'll do whatever, have fun, lol. Okay, touch base. You invited. Schedule a 25 meeting with Larry of Accelerated Capital to discuss. Hey, Naga, I think touch base is still down, and I'm on an autonomous sub to point. Emo for cash flow disrupt, and the Wi-Fi is pretty spotty. So let me just bring you up to speed real quick. I know this info is going to come as a complete surprise, but the fact is there is a major conflict brewing between Alice and Bob. I actually made a quick PowerPoint to fill you in on the details. You probably can't see this, but this first slide is a undecipherable chart of the game's cost overruns, which are pretty bad. Then there's a picture of Alice that kind of spins around as it fades in. But the point is that she's planning a hostile takeover of Strategy Interactive, and Bob is furious. I actually have a cartoon version of Bob here with steam coming out of his ears, which really gets the idea across, but no matter. Anyway, Alice needs your shares, and she'll say whatever she thinks will work to get them. Same thing with Bob. I know guys go way back, but at the end of the day, this is his company, and he's going to fight tooth and nail to keep it, so be careful. The truth is, Alice and Bob could get everything they want if they could just unintelligible. But the main problem is alarm sounds. Look, Naka, there's some kind of mechanical problem on this sub, so I better wrap this up. But I've got a whole slide to explain this. This is 2x2 with time on one axis and memory on the other. Up here you've got the high time people. For them, everything happens in a sequence, one darn thing after another. And then over here you've got this high memory people. They see the big picture, but it's a mess. Everything is happening at once. Alarm sound intensifies. Whoa, this is not good. As you can see, well, I know you can't literally see this, but trust me, this explains everything. You've got Alice up here in this quadrant, and then all the way over in the opposite corner, you got Bob. This is why rushing water. This is why they can't get their crap together. But this is good. This is what makes them successful entrepreneurs. If they could just somehow explosion. Uh-oh. I really gotta go. But this last slide is important. This is something called a Shannon volatility pump. Explosions, sirens, rushing water. Look out! Pivot! Pivot! In order to access the invite, simply download your TouchBase 5-factor authentication token to initiate your scheduling purpose. From Zeke. I'm actually curious if we ever hear from Larry again, or if this is a riff on, you know, that one sub that imploded. I feel like this game came out before that happened. Hey, we just played. I was the medic in your last game. Your build is heckin' crazy. That's frickin', but whatever. I thought I was healing a lot, but you were really doing something else. You don't heal in this game. Hey, weird question. I know, but what does it feel like when the coin flip comes up? Is it crazy? Are you pogging out? I'm definitely for sure pogging out every time the coin flips. Anyway, good luck out there, man. I'm rooting for us. I bet I beat the game first, though. No, I'm looking at my other monitor like 90% of the time. I don't know. I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at my skill build. I don't know. Let's entertain him. I know this goes down like kind of an email chain, and I don't know if it just like stops it if you disregard him. Okay, so nothing there, nothing to do on skills. How's our shop looking? Anything in here that look good? Got some more number go up. I already have a number go up. I do not have a number go up. Nothing else here really jumping out at me. Purple drink. Yeah, nothing else here really jumping out at me. I'll keep some money handy, I'll just buy that one. And then number go up, that's 800G. If I get more of these guys, they could eventually become worth it, but right now it's really going to be hard to top 800. Heck, 800G is better than this one, too. Everything in here is 100 diamonds. So I think we're good. So anyway, this kind of keeps going like this for a while. Can I... Okay, so we can look at these other ones. Still cannot play Quetzalcoatl. I'm real quick gonna show you. This is endgame. Oh, this is why. That's why you wanted it. You get red diamonds. That's an endgame thing. So this is endgame, or I should say post-game character. I got a build that's kind of out here doing stuff. Effectively maxed out. I think I'm max level, which is 50. You got more shop stuff you can buy. You got, like, glitchy items that you can get. As, like, a new tier. And once you hit post-game, they start treating wins and losses differently. Like, they kind of start playing the game more legit. Or they actually start focusing on, like, what you as a player actually care about, which is the queue, not what the coin flips. Oh, they also introduced to this, like, dumb combat thing. Like how the number gets big enough that it goes off the left side of the screen, it actually, like, comes back around on the right side of the screen. I may not be able to get this number positive. Yeah, that number's not going positive. It's gonna be real big, though. Oh wait, no, it went positive. Tilt my head out of the way so you can see the number wrap around to the right side of the screen.
Upside.
Like, this is the point of the game where you turn the game speed up. And this is where you can get some absurd builds. I think if you want to hit infinite, then I know there's a build that you can do with Mercy that gets a Q mult up to infinite. So it's like, no matter what happens, you will always be either positive or negative infinity. Okay, we got positive. Hey!
Upside.
Man, 3 losses, that's rough. I mean, we've been getting positive regardless, though. And there is a point in the game where you have to, like, sit down and actually start figuring out how to play the game. You can't just go, I'm gonna trigger all the fun stuff and we're gonna have a grand old time. Because you kind of start leveling off and going like, okay, what happens? And the build that I'm currently using is one that I saw in the Steam forums. Oh, this is going to be huge. 200 million positive, 31,000 times multiplier. Ooh. Yeah, go me. All you people with your negative 100 billion score, and me with my 13 trillion. Yeah, 13 trillion. Go me. Pulling the team. So anyway, this is what endgame looks like. You end up getting this, like, equipment set over here for, like, dueling and stuff. But yeah, this is a post-game build, and this is a pretty absurd one, too. So this is kind of where the game ends up. But anyway, this has been Queue Up. I had a lot of fun with this game, so I figured I'd want to show it off to everybody. I'm gonna get some sleep. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out.